Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of DKW, A Different Kind of Woman. And on today's show, we're talking about stretch marks. Now, can we really stretch this topic for 60 minutes? I believe we can, because we're going to be talking about dieting fashions, how our body changes throughout life, and also life scars. But first of all, let's have a look at what else is coming up on today's show. Next, we're going to play Food Fables. At 4:10, hear from Jennifer Lawn and the people on the streets of London about their diets. At 4:20, see Lisa experience the height of exercise with Trapeze Fitness. At 4:35 p.m, we're consulting Dr. Misani about healthy dieting, and later we'll be catching up with Gemma's wedding video diary. So today we're talking stretch marks, and I'm your host, Stretch Mark Free. I'm Shireen. And joining me in the studio, I believe are also stretch mark free. I love you, Gem like Gemma. Hello, how are you?
Great to be on the show. I'm fine.
Oh, fabulous. And our marvellous Maria.
Hi.
No stretch marks?
She's not telling.
Okay, she's not exposing it now. Just a few. Okay. Yes. And our very versatile Verena. Lovely to have you on today.
I'm happy to be here.
Oh, so guys, stretch marks.
Stretch marks, yeah.
Before I talk about stretch marks, let me just ask you, have any of you had a really successful diet?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, Gemma said it first. Yes,
I have.
Tell us a bit about it, Gem.
Well, it wasn't a diet, it was kind of like a lifestyle change because I managed to keep the weight off, although I want to go a bit further. But yeah, I was eating properly, exercising, everything the doctors tell you to do.
I was.
I just picked up on a bit of something there. Everything the doctors tell you to do, really, and actually it works. It works. If you eat healthily and exercise, you actually do lose weight.
But do you have any stretch marks left over from losing weight?
No, I had, when I was in my teens, I had stretch marks on my thighs.
Yes.
Always did, but my thighs have always been quite big, and that was always an issue for me. But no, I don't really get stretch marks because also I don't exercise enough at the moment, but I always used to exercise, and I used to do weights because you used to exercise a lot, almost every single night. So I used to exercise with her, in the past.
Okay, so she's egging you on to talk, Verena.
I like how she's stressed. She went straight to the word past. Yes. Emphasis on the past.
No, I have to be honest with you. You're looking stunning in black, but I do believe that you've lost weight from the last time I've seen you on the show.
Well, I don't know if
you lost a few pounds. You do look like you have done.
And the most important thing is, has she done it in the right way? Because that's what I guess contributes to stretch marks, isn't it?
Well, I don't do diets. I have to be honest. I just can't do diets. I get this psychological barrier that comes down when I hear the word diet. So I'd rather say I've changed my eating habits and I eat a lot healthier now. That I do.
Well, you and Maria are also mums. So it's not just about weight as in food, but the weight that you need to lose when you've had a child that can leave stretch marks, right, Maria? Perhaps?
Of course, it's not just about pregnancy. Stretch marks is not just about pregnancy. But I have to say, like Verena, I can't stand being on a diet. I have never been on a diet in my entire life. So yeah, it explains a little bit of the weight, which, by the way, I was told I am overweight.
Yeah. Wow.
But stretch marks, not a lot, a few.
Just a few. Okay, well, we're going to be developing this subject as we go on in the show because we know that it's more than stretch marks. We're going to be talking about life scars. We're going to be talking about how people view us and how society tells us that we should be and what you think about that. I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions. But first of all, let's do something light-hearted and have a little bit of a game because, as you know, there are plenty of diets outside and people are saying, don't eat this and don't eat this. No, actually, you can eat this and you shouldn't eat this and you shouldn't do that. But with all this going on, it can be a bit confusing. So we put together a little fact or fable game. I'm going to give you some food groups and I want you to tell me if you think they're fact or fable. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
All right. First one. Potatoes, bread, pasta and rice are fattening. Fact or fable?
I say that's a fact. Because, I say it's a fact because I feel that if you have white versions of those, they're not very healthy.
Ooh.
And you always hear that bread, it helps you pile on the pounds, and pasta, and these things are carbohydrates, and you should have carbohydrates, but then they can, if you don't burn them, they convert into fat, which then lies under your muscles, if I'm not wrong, and then makes you a lot bigger. So yes, if you have bread, rice, pasta, etc. every day, you
white
will,
versions of them,
especially the white versions, which have a lower
ladies.
nutritional value than the brown versions of those.
Gemma has done her research. You better be right after this. So, is it fact or fable?
has.
Let's have a look. Is it fact or fable?
Well, I hope
Tell
I'm right
us.
after this. If I'm wrong, I'll be
May the screen reveal.
Fable. Potatoes, bread, rice, fat.
So, what we've got here, potatoes, bread, pasta and rice are fattening. It's a fact that foods high in carbohydrates have had a rough time in the past years, and thanks to the success of low-carb diets such as Atkins diet, there's actually no proof that healthy carb-rich foods are more likely to make us gain weight. No proof? Okay, so that's up for discussion. Let's move on to the other one before Gemma explodes. Okay. Next one. Ripe cranberries will bounce like rubber balls. Fact
What does that mean?
or fable?
Well, let's hope they're good for you, because I eat a lot of that.
I think they will bounce like rubber balls.
In what sense? What do you think that means?
I don't know what it means, but I think if they bounce it.
Just going with yes.
All I know is that they're a
You're
good
going with
detox.
good for detox.
Yeah.
I think they're good for you.
They're really good for
I
you.
used to have a whole pack of cranberries, and then my friend said, "Oh, be careful with the sugars in them again." So everything in moderation, but I love cranberries, and they are very good for you.
All right, let's have a look. And the screen says, ripe cranberries will bounce like rubber balls. Fact or fable? It's the great reveal.
Oh my god!
Ooh,
So they do.
They do. They bounce like rubber balls. All right. So well done, ladies. You're doing very well. Food eaten late at night stops you losing weight. Fact or fable?
That's a fact.
Fact.
I am the living. It is a fact. So
And that's why.
and that's hence the reason why I'm no longer size 12.
Like you'd like
Look
to
at
be
me
okay.
today. Yes, it's a fact.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Food eaten late at nights
Dun, dun, dun.
is a fable. Food eaten late at night stops you losing weight. Many people believe that eating in the evening makes the body store more fat because it is not burned off with activity. In reality though, it's not eating in the evening that stops you losing weight.
Wow. So what is it then?
What is it then? All right, we'll have to discover that later on. Okay, next one.
It's a lack of exercise.
It's all in your mind,
Yeah.
Verena. It's
Yeah.
all in your mind. You can eat late,
So
no
then I
problem.
could go home this evening and
Big out.
As much as you like at midnight.
Actually saying that, my fiance gets home very late and he is not overweight at all, and he
Yeah.
always eats late at night, but he's also very active.
Maybe in the morning, burning off in the morning.
Yeah,
has
he's
something to
very
do with it,
active
isn't
and he
it?
eats late at night.
Activity. Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah.
All right, interesting. Next one. Apples belong to the rose family, as do pears and plums. Is that a fact or a fable?
Facts.
Fact. You say fact. Why is that, Maria?
Oh, I don't know, but I just
I'm
think
so
it
glad
does.
Maria answered.
And there was silence in the studio. And you got a clue. Let's have a look.
family.
Apples belong to the rose family, as do pears and plums. It's a fact.
Well done, Maria.
Well done, Maria, for that
What can
really
I
good
say?
guess. All right, next one. Okay, this one's a bit controversial. Diets don't work.
Fact.
Fact or fable?
That's a fact.
That's a definite.
Definite fact. You're going for fact? You're going for fact?
And I just say it because
Verena,
they
you're
work
going
at the
for fact.
time, but long term it has to be a lifestyle.
Has to be a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
nicely said. Let's have a look. What does the screen have to say though? Fact or fable? Fable.
Is that the only one we've got right apart
Diets
from
don't
your
work.
rose one?
Ultimately, if you're taking fewer calories than you need, your body starts to use up its fat stores to get the extra calorie it needs to keep functioning properly. Over time, this will result in weight loss.
Yeah.
So, fable. Okay, ready for the next one? Dairy products are fattening and unhealthy. Fact or fable?
Oh, cheeses.
Yes,
Products
yes.
are fattening and
I'm a
unhealthy.
victim of cheese.
Victim. Oh, me too.
yeah.
I love my
I love a
cheese.
good cheese.
So
See, I don't eat.
Really?
I mean, I really have to go for the mild cheddar cheese. But apart from that, I
love
can't
a
eat
good
any other
mature.
cheese.
Good extra mature.
Well, I had a
Yeah.
conversation with my doctor yesterday. I just want to say this quickly. I mean, for the past couple of months, my cholesterol has been really high, and I used to be a huge cheese eater. I mean, I couldn't walk away from the cheese board at all. And I mean, yesterday she said to me, "Oh, you know, your cholesterol is still a bit high." And I said, "Well, I'm so disappointed because, You know, I've stopped eating cheese. I haven't had cheese for over a year now, and I'm so disappointed.
Yes.
So have you replaced it with another dairy product?
Most likely.
Okay, on that note, ladies.
So on that note, it's a fact.
Or favour. So you're saying fact? You're saying fact as well?
Fact.
Everyone's saying fact? Let's see what the screen says. Are dairy products fattening and unhealthy? Da-da-da-da. Fable. Dairy products are fattening and unhealthy. It's a fable. Dairy products like milk, cheese and yogurt are actually packed with essential nutrients that help to keep us healthy, as well as being good sources of protein, zinc and some B vitamins. Dairy products are packed with calcium, a mineral that helps to build strong, healthy bones, and stronger bones are then less than likely you'll be able to suffer from the bone thinning disease of osteoporosis in later life. Okay, so we've had that fun game. We get to serious stuff, but first of all, let's have a look at what happened when Jennifer Lon hit the streets and asked people about this topic. See you after the break.
What diets do you believe are unhealthy?
Oh, diets. Atkins. I read about this one recently where this girl eats 30 bananas a day.
Processed foods, fat, sugar, salt, that sort of thing.
Yeah, all these like shakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not good because you just put it straight back on.
They are all unhealthy. The best thing to do is to eat everything in moderation.
Are there any diets that you would recommend?
No, I don't think so, really. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so I'd recommend that to everyone.
Just non-processed food, really.
Just to eat healthily when you can, you know, fruits and veg.
Well, I'm not going to really say because I think diets are not good anymore. Because right about now, anything you do, you're just trying to do it just for the meantime. It's always a meantime things, and you put the weight back on, and you do it because of moods.
Eat healthily. That's it.
Do you think that there is an ideal size for men and women?
No, not really. I think there's different sizes for everybody. Thankfully, it's different strokes for different folks. People like different sizes. Thank God for that.
I don't personally, but I think there's the idea of an ideal size, you know, that you see in sort of films and stuff.
If you're too big, then it's, you know, you're too big. But if you're too skinny as well. So I don't know, like in the world we live in, nothing's perfect anyways.
I think everyone has to be different. Cause you got to be different. God didn't make us all the same.
Welcome back, and today we're talking about stretch marks. Now ladies, yo-yo dieting, it may seem like it's a good thing when you've lost all the weight and you're looking fab and you can fit into that clothes that you've always wanted, but it can have some serious effects if it's not done right. You know, it can lead to heart disease, even damage to your organs, you know. But I want to ask you ladies, why do you think that it is that our culture is so obsessed with being thin and just losing weight all the time and being a certain size?
It plays, you know, these commercial brands play on people's weaknesses. So they sell us something and they tell us it's going to be so quick, so easy and simple, because truly losing weight is very, very difficult for the average person. And you know, to gain weight seems so easy. So we want something that is as easy, just as easy as it was to gain it, you know, eating all your favorite things. You want something easy that's going to help you lose it. And nobody, I was talking to a friend about this, no one wants to do the whole sacrificial bit, to exercise, wake up early, you know, run out before work and so on and so forth. It takes a lot of sacrifice. People don't want to do that. They want something quick and easy, and they want to look great in a short space of time. And that's why when people start a diet, which is what happened to me, I wasn't losing weight in the beginning. So I was eating well, exercising, and I got demotivated so many times because every time I'd step on the scale, I wouldn't see a difference. I just thought, oh, what's the point? There's no point putting myself through misery and still not losing weight. But if you keep at it, like I did do one time, you will see the weight come off eventually. But people don't want to sort of go through the whole process of it. They want to see it like here and now. And you're just not. It's really, really hard.
And do you know what? I want to ask the question, is being thin always being healthy?
Not necessarily. I know some thin people who are actually very unhealthy, you know, and for example, you know, now I can say that I am pretty healthy. You look at me, you would say that I am.
You are looking good.
You know, but I feel good within myself because I know I'm eating healthy now. I have actually changed my lifestyle to eating things which are good for me. You know, but I haven't lost any weight, and I'm still heavier than I would like to be, but I know I am healthier.
Do you guys ever feel this pressure to be this certain size, even probably from the magazines or watching TV, that you feel like this is the it size? If I'm not a size 12, for example, I might be a size 16. If I'm not a size 12, then it's like you're not socially acceptable, or you just feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. Do you ever feel that pressure?
I don't.
I've never felt it.
Me neither. I've never. I mean, I look at magazines. I look at the models and all that on TV, but I just think it's so unnecessary. I've never ever actually, you know, I mean, I've never gone on a diet. My weight is up and down, up and down. 1 minute I could be a size 12, the next minute I could be a size 14.
And it doesn't bother you at all?
Well, I think if it bothered me that much, I would be a size probably 8 by now, but it doesn't. No, I have to be really, really honest. It doesn't bother me. I don't overeat. I know my limit, and you know, I know my stomach can only take so much. So I do watch a lot of time of what I eat. I am trying to cut down. I'm trying to get to this, maybe even a size 12. That's always been what I like. So I don't feel pressured.
But is it what you like or what you feel that is socially
it's what
acceptable?
I like.
Okay.
Not pressured.
I mean, if you've always, for example, I've always been a size 12. I had all my children, and I would always revert back to 10, 12.
Yes.
And last couple of years, I have just piled on the weight, and when I hit the menopause, I mean, my weight just went out the window. I mean, you know, look at me now. But but what I can say is, you know, you have to be comfortable with who you are. If you feel like you're eating all the right things, you're doing all the right things from a healthy point of view, then you've got to be comfortable and happy with who you are.
It sounds wonderful, you know, but I was even reading about Pink recently. She went to to support her friend who was doing some, you know, really great work with cancer. And she turned up in this black dress. It was showing a little bit of her bust area, but like just a black dress, and it quite kind of showed her curves off a bit more than usual. And the media just slated her for her kind of like pork chop figure. That's what people were saying. It was awful. And I really rate her response, because she was basically saying, look, I've come to support my friend in cancer. It's about cancer, but you guys have made this event about my weight. And actually, I love my curves. I love who I am, and so does my husband. So you guys, you know, have a cupcake and just chill. And I thought, you go, girl. But who else is coming out? She's like an isolated case, and it just goes to show how mean is that you would completely forget about such an important thing like cancer and focus on the weight issue. But isn't this what happens all the time?
We media for you, isn't it? Yeah, no. But if you think about it, even in our own circles, when somebody loses weight, they're praised.
Yes, it's so true.
When people gain weight, they're not praised.
Yeah.
So even we do it. So even if you get past the media and come down to our level, if you like, we do it all the time. What did you do? Tell me your secret.
So true.
So it's like you've almost escalated to a new level. And I say that because that's what happens to me. Because I was 3 sizes bigger, people have emailed me, they've contacted me in social media wanting to know my secret.
Yes.
So you do feel like elated, but when you are bigger, nobody is praising you, saying, "Oh, wow,
you're big." Well, in some cultures,
what are you eating? How did you do it?
Yeah.
You know,
in some cultures, because in an earlier show you mentioned the fact that, you know, your sister's husband is very happy with her being a fuller woman and would not like for her to be slim at all because that's part of his culture. You know. And they view you as being sick if you're
much thinner.
Much thinner.
And talking about the pressure, like I do feel the pressure to be thinner. Yeah, definitely. And it does affect me, especially through my teens. Maybe because I'm a different generation to Maria and Verena. But in my teens, I've grown up through size 0. We're a lot more exposed to the media, to magazines, to TV,
America's
the internet.
Model,
exactly.
kind of
all of these shows where you have to be a certain size to be successful. And that is the message that you see out there. So yeah, I definitely feel the pressure to feel thinner. And nowadays, I don't feel that pressure. Now that I'm slightly older than my teens, I don't feel the pressure from the media. Maybe it's subconscious, but I feel the pressure from myself because I know what it's like to be thinner, and I felt my best when I was thinner.
Thinner. That's a very good point. Okay, let's hold you there then, Jem. Let's have a look at what happened to our very own Lisa Bryden when she went to experience the heights of health at Trapeze Fitness. Have a look at this.
Hi guys, it's Lisa from DKW, and today I'm here trying a new fitness class. Now, I do like to try different things, but this I've never done before. This is my equipment. It's aerial silks. I'm here at a fantastic class run by Flying Fantastic and about to try something completely out of my comfort zone, but this, never done before. Me for being a sweaty mess, but I have just been having a great time on the silks, and I'm here with Chris, who is the founder of Flying Fantastic. Thank you, I've really enjoyed myself today.
Good.
So what inspired you to bring this here? I mean, silks?
I was living in South America at the time, and they have a bit more of an open-minded attitude as to what fitness is, and also lots more industrial space over there. So I went looking for a gym, and I found a gym, but it was sort of at the back of a big warehouse, and in the warehouse were all these amazing silks and trapezes and crash mats, and anywhere with crash mats is going to be an exciting place.
Very true.
And so the guy offered me a class, and so I came in and gave it a go, and I learnt how to climb a rope. And I never did that at school, and it really excited me.
So what made you then think, okay, this could be great in the UK?
Well, actually, I came back to London thinking you can get anything in London. Surely there'll be some classes here. And I went looking at sort of around London. I found the Circus Space, and I found a couple of other venues. But there, it's much more taught as a performance art. It's, you know, it's an amazing skill, but it's. So I went and practiced there, but everyone seemed to be performance-based. So I thought, well, more out of frustration than anything else, I set it up and we had one class a week, and then it grew and grew and grew, and we now have 170 people a week.
Is this good for overall fitness?
It's pretty good for overall fitness. It's not like running or swimming, as you might imagine. It's much more focused than that. It concentrates on your core muscles, get one hell of a workout. It's really good. You will feel it in 2 days' time. I can tell you, your hands will hurt just for hanging on for an hour, for dear life, and you'll definitely feel it. But yeah, for your upper body, for your legs and your core muscles, there's nothing like it for a good workout.
That's amazing. No, thank you so much. I have really enjoyed myself, and I would tell everybody, find a class and do it with Flying Fantastic. It's brilliant.
Well, Lisa proved to us that was very hard, but it was also very fun. I would like to actually go back to what you were saying, Gemma, about you looking your best at a certain time. Ladies, do you feel that when you have these enhancements in your appearance that gives you more confidence, more self-confidence?
Definitely for me, definitely, without a doubt. If I, okay, so going back to the whole weight thing.
Yes.
It's not just about the way that you look, it's the way that you feel. You walk the ball alone. And then obviously, because you know as well, when you lose weight, because it is difficult and it seems like an impossible feat for the majority, you almost feel like, wow, I've accomplished something.
It's an accomplishment as well, isn't it?
I've done it. I've lost this, and I was this and now I'm this. So yeah, you feel on top of the world.
You know, I was also thinking about shopping. I mean, I'm so glad that Verena and Marie, you've got to the stage where you really don't care. And that's wonderful. And I want to be at that stage. Yeah. And I think lots of women would love to be at that stage, but it's so hard with the things that you've got to go through in your mind. Like even shopping. Like certain clothes shops you wouldn't go to before, but now it's kind of like, because you've lost weight, you've got access to all these other clothes shops that were, on the high street, you could pick any.
Yeah, can I tell you something? A few years ago, I used to go into the shop and I used to change the hangers. Because I was at my biggest weight. I'm not going to say the weight it was, because I don't want anyone to feel bad, because you've got to feel right at your own weight. So because I knew that's what I had to get that size, to go into the fitting room, I used to care about what the lady at the fitting room would think, or the guy at the fitting room would think. Oh, wow. So I used to change the hanger. So I used to walk around with a smaller hanger size because I wasn't okay being that weight. So maybe people would look at me and think, oh, she's bigger. Why is she going in with that smaller size? But for me, I didn't want people to see. And that's how much my weight was a big issue for me. Wow. Throughout my teens, my weight was a massive issue.
I would never have known it, because you always came across so confident. And this is another thing that we women do a lot. We pretend a lot. We show something that's not really inside. I don't know where that comes from, but we do that a lot. Don't we? We don't love to do it, but it's kind of like built in us from childhood that you just pretend.
No, we do love to do it.
We love to do it?
We do love to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, but Shireen, it's not that I've gone kind of like past the stage where I don't care. No, I mean, I do, but I don't feel pressured just because somebody else is skinny. But I mean, I do want to lose weight. At the moment, I'm going to be quite honest. I am overweight. I am. I've actually been told. I've actually been told by my doctor that I am a bit overweight, because like Gemma was saying, with our height. And I am short. So yeah, I am trying to lose weight. I want to get back to, if possible, which I think it is possible, to get back to that size 12, because I feel myself in certain places where I just feel, no, I really need to lose this. I really need to lose it. But it's all about balancing of what you eat, watching.
And I think it's lovely that you've got to the point, though, that you can say, I'm this size and I love myself. I would like to be this size and I'm going to love myself too. But I think the danger is when you just hate yourself because you're at this size. And you look at, maybe you look at the size you used to be, or you look at someone else's size and you think, I really want to be that. And you hurt yourself from inside because you're not that size yet. I think there's a difference.
I think when you've made weight a psychological issue for you, that's where the problem is. If you have decided to make your weight a psychological issue, then you've got issues there. Do you see what I mean?
And it all depends. It's like, you know, I know that we did a show about childhood obesity. It all depends on what your parents taught you about weight. It's what your parents give out. It's what you learn at school. It's all of that, how you've grown up with seeing weight. Because if you can see it as, look, you can lose it, and if it's a priority, you can, it's fine. But if you see it as something that's damaging, oh, I'm big, so I'm wrong. That is psychological, so it's not something you've put on yourself, it's something that it's ingrained in you.
Oh, well, those were our opinions. Let's have a look at what our Dr. Masani is going to be telling us after this break. Stick with us, you won't want to miss it. Welcome back, and today we're talking about stretch marks, and we are joined in the studio by Dr. Masani, who's a pronocal doctor, isn't it? Training doctor. So tell us, welcome first of all to the show. I'm so eager to find out about this, you see. Tell us, what is pronocal all about?
The word pronocal actually explains everything. Protein, but no calories. So actually, it is a very low calorie way of reducing weight. And basically, we gain weight because of calories. I know there are different types of calories.
Yes.
And sugar may have, again, sugars can be broken down into different types of calories, etc. But it's more important to know that we all have to lose the calories. And the simplest way to understand it is that if you take a cabbage leaf and you try to burn it, it just will not take fire. But you dip it into a dressing of olive oil and things of that nature, and then burn it, it will burn. And it will raise the temperature of water, 1 gram of water by 1 degree C. That is 1 calorie. So when you burn something and it raises the temperature of water by 1 degree C, 1 gram of water, which is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, you will find that is 1 calorie. So if you have a hard-boiled egg, that will actually burn 100 calories. Therefore, you are taking 100 calories in. But all diet sheets and various other diet programs will say, oh, eat hard-boiled eggs. Yes, there is a reason for that, because...
I have heard that, to be honest.
Yes, because 100 grams is what 1 egg will contain. But to digest it, because you have denatured the protein, you have to actually spend 110 calories to absorb that egg. So you lose 10 calories each time you have a hard-boiled egg.
Fantastic. I really have that.
I love it. Hard-boiled egg it is then. Breakfast, lunch and dinner.
No, it's lovely you should say that. My mum said something really, really strange yesterday. She said, which I didn't know, I only found out yesterday, that my dad would actually boil 2 eggs every morning. 2 eggs, that's it.
And that's
for the rest of the day until it's...
Right, now going on from Maria's point, that was his diet, I guess. Do you think there is an ideal diet for all women or no?
Well, I think basically stick to nature. That means eat what the good Lord has given us and eat in reasonable quantity, which means as soon as your brain tells you that you've had enough, stop. My father used to say the best exercise you can do is when you're offered a second helping, turn your head from side to side. No.
That's where I've been going wrong then.
You've been going like this, Jury.
I'm bring it on, it's okay. I'm not full yet.
Wrong exercise.
So do you think it's a good idea for women to lose weight in a rush?
It doesn't make a difference at all. In fact, the Pronocal program, I've got now 70 patients who have lost more than 25 kilos, of whom 28 have kept it for 2 years. That's the more important bit.
Wow, that is
So
great.
I always say to my patients, I have 2 contracts with you. The first contract will be to lose weight. And they say, well, that's the difficult thing. I said, no, that's the easy bit. The more difficult thing is to keep it off for the rest of your life. So I always say to them that it's not just for a wedding or a wedding dress, it's for life. And there is no doubt that a healthy weight means when you see the person, they know that this person looks good. And a person who is obese, and I'm talking about real obesity, not just overweight, real obesity, you know that there are going to be health problems. So I think in terms of how fast you lose it and how slow you lose it doesn't really matter. In the Pronocal program, we normally lose at an average 10 kilograms or 25 pounds per month.
Wow.
So in 2 months,
£25 per month?
10 kilograms per month. And I've had one patient who lost 30 kilograms in 1 month, but he was 192 kilos.
Okay, yes, so that makes a difference. Okay, good. That's good.
Because much of it is water. The first part is all water loss.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've always heard this, but I don't know how true it is. That's what I want to find out. Why is it so important for, because women get emotional. I find that a lot of times women get emotional when they are dieting, when they are trying to lose weight. But why is it so important to reinforce that? Why is it so important
to give them
the support, the advice, the help that I'm sure you yourself will give?
Yes, I must admit, I've found that unless and until I see the patient every 2 weeks, I find usually the program will fail when they want to lose weight.
Because they need some
So
sort
it
of
is
support.
very important for psychological support, for physical support, for holding hands, and making sure that they are keeping to the high protein, low calorie all the time. And it's very easy because you just take a sample of their urine and put a dipstick in, and if they are not in ketosis, straight away I know that they are cheating.
What's ketosis? Sorry, I want to understand this fully. Ketosis? What's that then?
Yeah, ketosis is the wonderful thing which has happened to us for the last 2 million years since we've been walking this planet. And that is, we are by nature meant to gain weight. There are only 3 conditions where you lose weight. Cancer, old age, very old age, like 90, 100 years old, and anorexia nervosa. That's a mental condition. So, other than that, we are all programmed to gain weight. There is absolutely no way that you can lose weight unless you do it voluntarily. So what happens is we all have our set points. You'll have a set point, I'll have a set point. So I was 71 kilos when I left college. I weighed myself this morning and I'm 76. So I have got gained 5 kilos in the last 40 years. Now, my set point is that. So no matter how much I eat, automatically the next day, I just will not eat. And therefore, I will eat, but I'll eat very little. I'll just say I don't want to eat. But if you override that thought, then you're going to gain weight and you'll have a different set point. So any diet you do, every diet you do, you'll lose weight. Okay, you lose 5 kilos, 10 kilos. But as soon as you stop the diet, including the Pronocal, you will go back to your set point.
Wow.
And the set point is within 5 kilos. And some people, some of these actors that we have seen on the television, they have a set point which can vary 25, 30 kilos. That means they can put that weight on and they can drop that weight.
So we've seen that.
So that set, And because of them, unfortunately, the media shows, oh, this diet is great because so-and-so
has
lost 25 kg.
Yes.
That is because their set point was huge.
Got it.
You see, my set point, I can't lose below 73 at present. Even if I've never tried the Pronocal, but the science behind Pronocal is very simple. And that is, you go into ketosis. The word ketosis means that you are passing urine with ketone bodies in it. And ketone bodies means burning of fat.
Okay.
So that's why you lose 10 kilos in 1 month. And the reason is that you are actually using up your fat stores.
Yes.
So imagine if you had a current account and a deposit account.
Yes.
Your current account is not gaining anything. That means no carbohydrates coming in, no money coming in.
Yes.
But your deposit account then has to support you for your mortgage,
Got you.
etc.
Yeah.
So it's just rapidly being taken off.
Taking out all that's been stored, basically.
So basically you can say current account is carbohydrates, and it's the carbohydrates. Fat is not bad for you.
Yes.
Protein is not bad for you. Carbohydrates are the problem. And the naughty boy in the class is insulin. So your pancreas secretes this insulin to absorb the sugar.
Yes.
Once it has absorbed the sugar and you've got more coming in, it puts it into storage, the deposit account. So this deposit account has to go. And that is done by a very beautiful method by having each sachet has only got 100 calories of, so it's like an egg, and it'll fill you up. You'll never ever be hungry with Pronocal.
Well, I just wanted to ask you that question. What's the difference between a protein diet and a low-calorie diet? Like, for example, can't I just count calories and make sure that I just don't go over a certain
So say,
limit?
for instance, if we have Atkins diet, which is high proteins, but you're eating the proteins from food products.
Yes.
Unfortunately, no food product, you'll be able to lower the calories. Say, for instance, egg.
Yes.
If you have one egg, it's got 7 grams of pure proteins. So 2 eggs is 14 grams of pure proteins, okay? Now this has got 15 grams of pure protein, one packet. Any packet, you can choose a chocolate bar.
Oh, do you want to try one, ladies? Do you want to try one? Go on, tell us if it tastes nice.
Now, although it says it's a chocolate bar, it's all the essence. There is no chocolate in it. You can break it up if you wish and share it.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead,
break it
doctor.
up.
Go ahead.
And so what happens is that once you have proper food, you will have calories with it. So say, for instance, a leg of chicken will have calories, maybe even up to 300 calories depending on how it's been cooked. But it'll only give you 15 grams of pure proteins. This one, no matter what packet you choose, whether it's a drink, whether it's a biscuit, that is 15 grams of pure proteins.
Right.
And all the proteins, because it's manufactured in France, is made of vegetable sauce. So it's either soya beans, nuts, etc. What do you think of the taste?
How does it taste?
I actually love it. You like it? I love stuff like
Do you know, if you had that one bar, that is 15, it's 100 calories, and it has 15 grams of pure protein.
Yes.
So you give 5 packets a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yes.
And then you have 2 snacks.
Wow.
And you'll never feel hungry.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to go for a break shortly, but I need to ask you one other question.
Yes, certainly.
How do you treat stretch marks?
Oh, very different. If the stretch mark is pink in color, which is a recent stretch mark, then it's not too difficult.
Okay.
And what happens with stretch marks is that you have the skin, as you can see my skin. If I make a section of it and cut it, you have the dermis, which is like a mattress, and a bed sheet, which is the epidermis, the top layer.
Yes.
Now, in stretch marks, what happens is there is so much stretching going on that the dermis layer gets broken down. Just like a rubber band, if you stretched a rubber band to an extent, it'll stretch. And then after that, you'll see small pores in it, and then it'll break. So those small pores represent the stretch marks on the skin. Now, the way to do it is to promote collagen to grow. And the best way we find now, although there have been no double-blind studies, and all the journals are dermatological journals, none of them have said that anything works. However, in my own view, because I've been doing work on stretch marks for almost 30 years, I find that if you microneedle them,
yes,
as well as put vitamin C and vitamin A, and then push all that stuff in through an ultrasound device.
Wow.
So that one you just rub it.
Yes.
There is no pain. The pain may come from this microderm needling source, where you've got several needles going at about 16, 17 times in a second. It'll make loads of holes, and those holes will then generate collagen, provided you have vitamin A and vitamin C. So we have things like that. We take it out of syringe. We can also inject it by a special micro injector. So the syringe fits in there, the needle is there, and it can be adjusted to 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters. So usually for cellulite we go deep, and for stretch marks we go less.
Well, Doctor, thank you so much for coming on the show. Unfortunately, we have to go to a break now. We have to go. It's been wonderful having you on the show.
Thank you.
Excellent. We've learned a lot, haven't we, ladies? Love the chocolates, isn't it?
Yeah, the chocolate was delicious.
Look, people watching at home, if you want to find out more about Dr. Masani's work, feel free to go to our website, dkw.me. Need to go for a short break. We'll be back with more on this topic. Welcome back, and today we've been talking about stretch marks. We had a really good doctor on, Dr. Masani, who gave us a lot of education, a lot of information about healthy dieting and how you can actually remove stretch marks. But let's talk about now, let's go from the physical to the more internal stretch marks of life scars. The stretch marks that people don't often see because they're inside. Let's talk about those, because I know that us three, well, all of us have had some sort of stretch mark in our lives, and we've had to beat it. We've had to allow it to, well, we've had to move away from that in order to be the women that we are today. We do have the marks, but they're good marks. Does anyone want to share their story here?
Go on, Verena. Well, I mean, where do I start? I've had quite a few scars. Well, I still do.
Yes.
Because of my past, because of what I've been through. You know, I have shared my stories many times on the show. How, you know, I was married young. My husband committed suicide. He was the love of my life. I thought then. And left me homeless with 3 young children, which I had to raise on my own, and that was very difficult. And in general, women do go through lots and lots of different traumas in life. But it's how you deal with it and how you recover from it. How the scars will remain, but then they become invisible scars to other people. Do you see what I mean?
I see.
It's all about how you deal with it.
Yeah, you know, just listening to the thing is with stretch marks, they're a result, a consequence of something, you know, and it's usually because you've maybe lost weight too quickly and you've not done it in the right way. And you know, sometimes we as women, we do get scars because we've made the wrong decisions in life. And that's what it reminds me of, because even when the doctor was talking, saying about these needles and so on, it's like a whole process to try to get rid of those scars.
Indeed.
And indeed you can get rid of those superficial scars and you can get rid of life scars, but they may return. So in the same way, if you do a diet, a fad diet maybe, and you do get stretch marks, you can go for a surgery and get rid of them. If you don't learn the lesson and you do it again, they will appear again and again and again. And that's what I've learned from today's show, is that sometimes we put ourselves through certain things because of the mistakes that we make, or maybe a decision that we make. A lot of the time when I think about eating, it's emotional. It's something emotional. You're feeling down, so you eat the wrong thing. You're happy, so you eat the wrong thing. It's like, oh, I couldn't care less, I'm not going to lose the weight anyway, so I'll eat the wrong thing. And everything that we do, everything we put into our bodies has consequences. And also what we put out has consequences in life. And I feel that above all, we need to learn the lessons, what works and what doesn't work. So in the same way we can see these scars on our body in the terms of stretch marks, maybe like Verena said, people can't see certain scars, but you have them, you see them. You know, because there are certain stretch marks. Like if I didn't tell you that I'd had stretch marks on my thighs, you wouldn't know. But I know that they're there. So there's certain things that maybe we deal with which are a result of what the decisions that we've made. So we have to start looking at our decisions, making better decisions, making better choices, seeing ourselves as that investment so that we don't get more scars.
And learning to love yourself. I think it's very important. I think that's one of the things that we women tend to lack, is that love for, because we are carers. We are carers. We like to care for other people. But we need to care more about ourselves and learn how to love ourselves more.
Yeah, and also I totally agree with what Verena was saying. You know, we need to love ourselves enough not to actually remember where those scars came from in the first place, and not to go back to it. You know, and that is what loving yourself is never putting yourself through, you know, through that same situation where, you know, where you
got that scar in the first place. Ladies, thank you so much. We've actually coming to the end of our program. It was such a quick program today, and everything that you've said has been beautiful. I just would like to compliment it with these last words. I want to ask you this question. What has been stretching you lately? What has stretched you? What problem, pain, or past hurt has left its mark on you? You know, as women, we were speaking about earlier, we like to pretend like everything's perfect. Everything looks perfect, and no one will have any idea that under the layers, under the clothes of pretense, or under the clothes of good acting, as we're very good at doing, there's a stretch mark or two, probably several, or even a life scar that was placed by someone, or something that we did to ourselves, as Gemma was saying. And we've got no idea of how to get rid of it. Actually, only those who are intimate with us or close to us know about those scars, and sometimes they bear the brunt of it. And when we take off our clothes in the mirror, when we look at those stretch marks, all we see is something negative. We see a negative connotation, a regret, a reminder of the past. But at DKW, we're here to tell you, don't look at the stretch mark like that. Look at it as a scar that's going to be a turning point for you. Because if you're looking at that scar, it's mean that you're still alive. You lived past that. And if, like Gemma was saying, there was lessons for you to learn from that. So celebrate that. I've got good news for you. You can do it. You've got a superpower inside of you. Don't tell anyone. I'll tell you about this superpower. You know, we're always taught that we've got 5 senses, but no, at DKW, we think that you've got 6. And your 6th sense is faith. And every human being has it, and everyone uses it in different ways. Well, you can use it to be the woman you've always wanted to be, when you know how to. You know, your past cannot affect your future if you choose that it will not do that. No more than dark shadows can keep you from walking in the sunlight. It is down to you. And if you say, yes, I want to be this change, I want to be this change, I want to do it, but I don't know how. The first thing you need to do, like the ladies were saying, is expose it. Expose why you've got that stretch mark in the first place. And if you've got no one to talk to, you don't feel comfortable to tell a family member or friend, you can speak to us. We don't have all the answers, but I'm sure we can show you someone who does. So feel free, email us at comments@dkw.me or help@dkw.me, and we'll be happy to get back to you. Well, we've come to the end of the show, but before we go, I'd like to leave you with another installment of Gemma's wedding video diary. And from everyone in the studio, goodbye, and don't forget, in life, sometimes it's good to be different. See you next week.
Hi everyone, This month has been great, I have to say. We have ticked off so much. Caterer booked, yay! Decor all sorted completely. Just everything, it just seemed to be really successful. So this month coming up now, we're gonna tick everything off because we have a holiday coming up, which I can't wait. So this month we're going to make all the payments because I like to be organised. I've realised that about myself. In all the busyness that I've been busy in, I haven't had time to really, and this is just an excuse, I really haven't had time to take my health seriously in terms of weight loss. Because as you know, my last diary, as I was talking about my implant, it's not as bad as it was in the beginning. It still hasn't been completely 100%. Then I went to the doctor and realised that my vitamin D was low and that my iron was low because I was feeling really tired and lethargic. I like to go and check things out. To go to the doctors, to the dentist. I love all that stuff. Daniel thinks I'm crazy because he doesn't know anyone else who likes going to the doctors. And from May, I'm going to start the Biggest Loser with my Purple Touch friends. I think it was years ago now. I was actually 3 sizes bigger than I am now. Actually, I've gained a little bit of weight since then. But I was 3 sizes bigger with the Purple Touch Biggest Loser challenge. I did it with my friends. I lost about, I actually can't believe it, 43 pounds I think it was in total. I actually really can't believe it. Yeah. So we're going to start it again. We're going to do the Bridesmaids Battle of the Bulge. So I know that's going to help me to really and truly slim down. I'm actually quite happy. Am I happy with my weight? I'm quite happy with my weight at the moment, but I've got this thing like because you know, you keep your wedding pictures for ages, so obviously I want to be looking my best. So I've been having my green smoothies. I'm gonna get onto my Zumba once again because I really want to be healthy. Everything will go great. I've got my chef, so check out this little insert of me eating with my chef. So many calories, I know, but that food was so good. Check it out. So hi everyone, we are back here again with you, and this time we are doing some food tasting, aren't we, Dan? Are you excited?
Aren't we?
So basically, as you heard from the last instalment, my caterer kind of fell through, but this time we've got a really fabulous chef who's going to be cooking up a few meals for us here in my home, which is great, a great experience, right?
Caribbean taste?
Caribbean tasting. So we're going to have some jerk chicken, I think.
I don't know, what's on the menu?
Thai lamb. I can't remember the rest. Anyway, you guys will see it. So we're going to eat something really quickly, and hopefully we'll be giving it the thumbs up. Stay tuned. So we've just finished our food tasting. Joshu, this is our chef here, amazing, absolutely amazing.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm here for you to, wow. There's no point cooking and there's no passion in it. And I find to deliver something, you gotta love what you want. For someone else to love that as well.
Definitely. Well, we surely loved it, babe. What was your favourite?
It's hard to choose, to be honest.
I know, because we had like
salmon,
macaroni cheese, salmon,
chicken, macaroni cheese,
everything
the vegetable mix. Perfect.
Everything was just so amazing.
A-class.
A-class stuff. So Joshu, thank you so much. And you guys, if you want more information about Joshu, just go to dkw.me, our website, and his details will be there. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
So there you have it, we've got our caterer all booked, which I'm really excited about. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Dan and I also got our notice of marriage. We didn't realise that we had to get that, so yeah, we sorted all that out. I almost couldn't do it because I couldn't remember his postcode for the life of me. Like, it's a real test of your partner, isn't it? If you don't know the answer to the question, and your partner's not allowed to help you, by the way, they won't process it for you. I finally remembered it, so thank God. So we got our notice of marriage, so we'll do our civil wedding in June.
So of course we'll film that as well. Overall this month I have learned that I should just take care of myself, because sometimes you get overwhelmed with stress, and you should always take care of yourself first if you're feeling sick or if you're not feeling very, very well. So you know what, take a break, have some me time, take care of your health and look after you, and once you're feeling much better you can do so much more. Alright, see you next time. Bye.